A Dog in a Doublet. The Regency Romance Mysteries, Book 2. Written by Emma V. Leech. Narrated by Philip Battley. The quotations at the beginning of each chapter are taken from the 1811 Dictionary of the Vulgar Tongue by Francis Grose. Prologue. Harry watched with trepidation as his aunt's husband lumbered about the room. Young as he was, Harry knew that getting in his Uncle Joe's way after a night drinking was a bad idea. Clasping his skinny knees tight to his chest, Harry tried to make himself as small and inconspicuous as possible in the dim hope that he could escape a beating. He never knew why he'd been beaten, and never really questioned it. His mother was dead, his father gone before he was born, and so he'd ended up with his mother's sister. He had never been anything but a blessed nuisance to his Aunt Nellie, who was ready enough to belt him if he was too noisy or got under her feet, which was most of the time. But Joe was far bigger and stronger, and the last time had hurt so bad that Harry trembled at the idea of repeating it. He was 8 now, and was used to spending most of his time in the streets to escape either Nellie or Joe's attentions. But it was a bitter cold night, and so he'd crept home, hoping Joe would stay out. But luck wasn't with him tonight. Harry gasped as a big hand reached beneath the table and hauled him out by the ear. The shouting started, just as he'd known it would. He should never have come back. Why Joe hated him so ferociously, Harry couldn't fathom, but he knew as Joe pulled the glowing poker from the fire that if he survived, he'd never be coming back home again. Chapter 1. A Dog in a Doublet. A Daring, Resolute Fellow. November 1807. 11 years later.
"Ah, come on, Harry,"
Ivor said, failing to keep the impatience from his sly blue eyes, though his tone was wheedling.
"It'll be easy. The latch is broke and we know when they'll be out."
Harry hunched his shoulders, keeping his eyes on the bottom of his glass, which was depressingly close to being empty. "No," he replied, wishing Ivor would damn well change his tune, as he'd been singing the same sorry song for the past 2 days.
"But why?"
Ivor insisted, sounding more angry than impatient.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?